Welcome back to Black Clover Anime Review, episode number 102. Yep, unlike the last episodes where it had been like multi-part, this is still an episode. Two things we need to find. The episode starts off with the Wizard King talking to, well, he basically had summoned Asta, Nero, Sword, Fenrir, and Yami, and of course Noelle, to discuss what happened with the previous episode. Yeah, it's a standard. Look how it's basically handled off screen, so we have to go through the stock footage again, which is fine. And we need to figure out a way to deal with the whole dissemination. We need to end it really soon. And then the Queen of the Heart Kingdom calls up. Yep. And she says, "Oh yeah, preparation been complete. We can start training right away." Like, took long enough. It took like almost 20 episodes to get this far. Yes, 20 episodes we had to wait to finally have saying, "Oh yeah, we can finally start training," despite the fact they kind of been doing some training the whole time. Yep, so something's on with the Queen, so Fenrir, basically everybody except for Nero, goes straight to Heart Kingdom. Yep. And of course, well, Wizard King is like, say, "Nero, can you stay behind, please?" She's like, "Sure, why not?" And Marks, "Can you fill in the paperwork right away?" He's like, "Sure." And they go to the basement. Now, this is continued a bit later. And then, of course, they go to the Heart Kingdom, which they teleported into the palace, and then Godrill shows up, basically. He's like, "Well, what are you doing here? You don't have permission." And then, like, wait. Just wait a minute. You're going to get info in just a second. You're going to get info the Wizard King is getting around his mission. And then he's like, "Okay, you can go in now." And it turns out what was wrong with the Queen? Stomachache. Yep, that was wrong with it. And also, it took a while to notice that, oh yeah, her glasses are missing. So, part of the episode is them looking for her glasses, which they found really quickly. So basically, it turns out, though, that the stuffed beaver that she loves laying on is in fact alive, and she has no problem with the fact this is the mother of those creatures that basically took her glasses. And, of course, well, they try to get back. First, Fenrir basically has a chance to do it. Yours Yami basically realizes, as though, of course, he sees the water for the first time. He's Gajo, sees the Queen. Like, "Oh yeah, you must be Yami Sakaroto." He's like, "Honored to meet you." Yeah, it's a very brief conversation. It's like, just introduction. He's like, "Okay, everything's fine. I'm going to go back." It was like, okay. And of course, Fenrir was like nearly like exhausted of mana. Yeah, probably because of the magical field surrounding the palace. So they go out looking for the glasses. They go get the glasses. First, Fenrir tries using his spatial magic. He basically brings the beaver to him. It's like, "Oh, can't hold him like that." Then bites him. And then apparently Noelle thinks this creature's cute, so she is running toward, ends up swimming underneath the water in her Valkyrie armor. And she stops because the thing is just too cute. And Alista's like, "Okay, let me try this." So basically, he ends up fishing. Sits really still. And according to the Queen, oh yeah, this is key from the land of the sun. I'm like, clearly this must be Japan she's talking about. Because that's where clearly Yami is from. He's from Japan. Which they call here the land of the sun. AKA frickin' Japan. And then of course, well, then he's able to snatch up the beaver. Of course, his name is Muffin. Muffin, I think his name is. And it's like, "Okay, I'll make a trade with you. You can have that if I can have that." He's like, and it's like, "Okay, fine." And of course, she ends up using her clumsiness and she's breaking glass anyways. But look, I've got Joe basically bringing his like, "Oh, here you go, Your Majesty," and it's a shelf full of new glasses because apparently it's a recurring thing for her to bring her glasses. And also easily points out, though, something happened when last the visit here. Like, and they also point out that, oh yeah, so that's how they would attack me during the previous arc, which, okay, that's actually something, that's a really good follow-up to that. And then, of course, like, Okay, so I like the fact that kind of some minor things here and there from the actual arc itself of the manga, which I do appreciate that. She also mentioned that he finally gets her glasses on, though she's not looking the right way. And the reason why it took so long was because the Spirit Guardians had to be physically prepared to start training. So they had to get ready to the arcane stage. Now, basically, Yami and the Wizard King don't have to because they're very powerful. And of course, well, Nero and Asta technically are there, but they can help out anyways. Like, okay, we're gonna train with the Spirit Guardians. Who the heck these people are, aside from Gojo? They don't really show who these people are, but it's a hint of some stuff to come, which is interesting. And, well, then they go back to HQ. Meanwhile, though, Nero is basically brought to unlock a door. Which I saw this last week, and I'm like, okay, this looks interesting. What's behind this door? Of course, we have a flashback to the first Wizard King, where he's basically making some object in this book, and he apparently, of course, Wizard King asked Nero to come here because, well, she has things to unlock and locks, like basically her power sealing and unsealing, and he wants her to unseal this door. He's like, okay, pretty simple enough. Also, and this is something interesting to some people, I don't know if Asa is completely oblivious to this. Nero looks like she hasn't slept in a while. She looks very tired. He's like, okay, let's just get this over with so I can go back to bed. That's what it seems like anyways. And apparently she's like being her bird form. So it turns out though that what Wizard King wanted to show her was the first Wizard King's book. And she's so happy to see it. And then she somehow briefly sees the Wizard King as the first Wizard King. And the thing is, they kind of look like each other, so it could be kind of reveal. It wouldn't be shocking to reveal that the current Wizard King, Julius, is a distant relative of the first Wizard King. It's possible. I wouldn't be surprised about that. So she's very happy. Of course, she figures out her real name, which is Sir T. That's how you pronounce it. And she has no problem with him finding out her real name. And he wants to basically hand us over to the Magic Research Lab affiliated with the Magic Headquarters. And of course, she basically is happy to see that her prince's ideas are coming to fruition. And she gets back and is like, oh, nothing really important. And of course, Noah points out she's more happy. She's happy now. She's not smiling, but she feels more happier. And they kind of debrief exactly like what happened. And well, that's the episode. Next week, it looks like though it's going to focus on Charlotte, the Blue Rose Knights. Looks like Gordon's going to pop up. And Gray's going to show up. This is going to be interesting. I would love to see if Gray and Charlotte ever interact with each other because this would be interesting, to say the least. I gotta say, most episodes was a bit disappointing. I mean, I like the fact Yami got a chance to interact with the Gajo saying the water spill and the queen. That was nice. It was a great thing, the fact that these people finally got a chance to meet, because after all, there's nothing that says that Yami didn't get a chance to meet these people during the time skip, so this makes perfect sense. Why it took so long, no idea. But the glasses thing basically is just a very pointless plot thread. Though it's interesting handle it. I would say the best one is probably how Asta handled it. Yeah, he didn't use force. He just basically uses ki. And I like the callbacks to that particular arc, which is quite nice. And I think the Nero stuff basically was probably, in my opinion, the best part of the episode. Yeah, the stuff with Nero. Which overall is really good. And a lot better than that previous arc of the series. Oh gosh. Yeah. Alright, now for this chapter in the manga, those who can't wield magic. Yep, picks up where last chapter left off. Asta's still fighting Ludo. That's the name of this devil. And, well, it's like things can't fight, so fight. Like, I'm use his body to win. And then he uses his two swords from the book to attack Asta. Asta somehow drags out Yami's sword, his katana, and he uses that against the black swords. Yeah, one-handed, mind you. And he thinks the black sword he can win. Yeah, and he thinks when he's basically sealing the grimoire. And we see sort of looks like stuff that flashback to what happened during, like, seeing how great power is. Find them, kill them all. And then we see looks like Asta has looked like a flashback to some other guy he kind of looks like. Which is probably somebody else that Larcia probably knew aside from a woman who looked like Asta. So, they just fight. Your opponent's someone who can't use magic. It's a guy who can't use magic who's fought with a ton of insane warriors. Yeah, we see, looks like Licht, looks like Yami, like Mars, and I don't know who the other person is. So we can lose. That's all I'm gonna win. And he just basically looks like he clips him right in the frickin' chest. Like he just flicks it with his sword. And that's the chapter. I don't mind the fact this is a massive fight sequence, but it probably needed to happen. Yes. Oh no, pretty good chapter. It's interesting though that it's like oh, another character, another person that he looks like okay. First this woman who looks exactly like Asta except she's a woman. And this other guy possibly could be his father, but who knows? The thing about Asta is, and this was a mystery since the start of the series, of who the heck his parents are. At least in the case of, we know who his parents were. The Spade King is from royal family. Itchy nose. Yeah, all in all, pretty good chapter. I'm going to give the chapter roughly a 9 out of 10. Really good chapter. And definitely looks like they're going to wrap up this particular contract, the ceremony, presumably with next chapter comes out Sunday. Yep. So yeah, that's his particular review. Now, as of right now, I'm pretty much updated with new stuff. Yep. Because I finally got Baruto, even though I was supposed to do it 2 days ago. But due to the fact I got late, wasn't able to do it. And now I was able to do it today. And now I just did Black Clover. So next one's going to be Aztec War, which I think I definitely should be able to get done to review for it tonight. Okay? Do you see next video. Bye.